Guys, let me out. Let me go, quick.
What's the matter, Amara? All you have to do is use magic to unlock the door. It's one of the easiest spells, even you can do it.
No, I can't, and you know that. Please, open the door.
Are you afraid? How strange, you're usually so calm around animals, much more so than humans. And that's just a little werewolf, nothing to worry about.
But, you can't do this. Open the door. I'll do whatever you want, just please let me go.
Oh no. It's Sir Maurice. Run.
Father. Thank you. The other kids, they…
Yes, I saw what they did. I also saw what you did, and couldn't do. Have you brought shame on your family again?
What? No.
And now you're lying too. Let me take a look. They locked you up in a room with what appears to be a werewolf, and you didn't even attempt to use magic to get out of this situation. You could neither open the door, nor deal with the illusion.
It was just an illusion?
But of course. Or did you really think a few ignorant little children could make a fully grown werewolf their poodle? Yet they were still smart enough to fool you, and I wonder why. Seeing things that no one else can see, and seeing through things that everyone else believes, should be your specialty, Amara. It is the gift of your ancestor, the High Witch of Clairvoyance, and you're wasting it.
I'm sorry, Father. I didn't mean to upset you.
Your half-hearted apologies upset me even more. Come, we're going home.
But the school day is not over yet.
Don't oppose me, child. If this school couldn't teach you the basics of magic until now, it won't catch up on that within the next few hours. I will take care of your magical education from now on. And the first class is detention. Into the dark room.
No, not the dark room.
Your mother died because of you, and for what? If you don't make this family proud, her sacrifice will have been in vain. But I won't let that happen. I will turn you into a proper witch.
And now the news. The Lover Fair, a quarterly festival in San Myshuno dedicated to singles looking for romantic adventures, as well as couples trying to reignite their love for each other, fails to live up to its past success. Organizers believe the reason for the drastic decline in the number of visitors to be Mischief's recent attack on the Harvest Moon Festival on Crumbling Isle. Given that the popular family center, located in the same district of San Myshuno as the Lover Fair, was also attacked by Mischief earlier this year, it wouldn't be a surprise if…
Rubbish. As if Mischief had nothing better to do than trolling random couples at some romance festival.
Because sooner or later they'll grow to hate each other anyway, even without your help.
Exactly. You're wise beyond your years. That's my girl. Just don't tell your brother I said that. I don't want it to get in the way of his and Leviathan's wedding plans.
Mum, Willie, are you coming?
On our way.
So, how exactly are you training Bitch not to turn into a werewolf again?
A special diet consisting mostly of treats and potions with silver as an ingredient.
Potions? Sounds very magical to me. I thought magic wasn't your strong point, Amara.
It isn't. But brewing up concoctions to help sick animals and familiars is my job, and that has little to do with magic, whether the ingredients are magical or not.
And is it working?
We won't know until the next full moon. Though this treatment might end up having a slightly different effect on her than what we're expecting.
More experiments, huh? Don't tell her that, she won't appreciate it.
Unfortunately, the experiments are necessary because Bitch is no ordinary werewolf. If she was, I could just ask the magic realm for help. I hear they're working on a cure for lycanthropy by means of Salvadoradian shape-shifting magic.
Yes, they're still keeping Elisa's friend Draco in the prison cell for that very purpose. Maybe you and Vera could swap notes on your progress. What's the worst thing that could happen here?
To Bitch? Nothing. To me, well, I could be attacked if she turns again outside of schedule. But I knew about this possibility when I offered to take her in, and I'm prepared for anything.
How is that even a possibility if you keep feeding her silver? Doesn't silver work like some kind of antibiotic against werewolf powers?
Yes, but the downside of any antibiotic is that the body will eventually develop a resistance against it. Without precedent, there's no telling if the amount she's consuming at the moment is efficient. As I said, we'll know better about 3 weeks from now.
You all should follow Leviathan's example. He's never too tired to play with me. If you're really going through with that wedding, I won't object.
Are you two done playing now?
Yeah. Time to go home, I'd say.
On second thought, maybe he could use some training to last longer after all. Isn't it also in your best interest, Tiamo, albeit for very different reasons?
Good night, Amara.
I should be studying right now anyway. My first semester is already coming to an end, can you believe it?
Hardly. You only started going to Foxbury as a real student shortly after Lev moved in with us. Feels like yesterday.
Not to me, it doesn't. I miss Sulani.
Mom, please help me. I don't know what to do. Dantalion has disappeared.
Calm down, Faye. Which Dantalion?
Both, my husband and my son.
They went to San Myshuno a few hours ago and haven't returned. I know what you're thinking. They're probably just really enjoying themselves, but you know my abilities.
They're in mortal danger. I can feel it.
Good evening, Prudence. Just a second. There, it should be working perfectly now. I could have been faster if Bobo was still around to help me, but oh well.
We'll get him back eventually. He's not dead after all. They just turned him into a garden gnome. Are you ever going to tell me what this is all about?
You don't know?
I noticed you've been tinkering around with this old observatory for almost 2 months now, but I figured that was just your way of relieving stress.
No, I turned it into a weapon, using some of the resources from the mine. Your mother told me to do so. Sorry, I thought it was your idea and she just passed it on.
Never mind. Tell me what it does.
We call it the solar flare. It harvests solar energy throughout the day and converts it into powerful laser beams capable of killing even the most resilient creatures in one shot. I upgraded it with the technology in our magic-proof rings and programmed it to detect occults.
In other words, it cannot be destroyed by magic, but will detect anyone and anything magical in its immediate vicinity and burn it to ashes?
Precisely. Kind of like a non-magical version of that moon barrier we used to keep prisoners down in Shadow Vale.
And why did my mother tell you to build this?
She didn't say. Like I said before, I assumed the order came from you.
I would never order you to put something so dangerous right in the middle of our own neighborhood.
Don't worry. It has a limited target area and only reacts to the supernatural. Normal people are completely safe. Unless they happen to be standing next to an occult when it fires. That would be bad. And your mother shouldn't go anywhere near it either, for obvious reasons.
I need to talk to her. Do you know where she is?
Try the bar.
Ouch.
Sorry, we can't offer better accommodation for now, but try to enjoy your stay nevertheless. This might be your last night in this world. If we're planning on keeping them here, we should take them to the mines. Can't block access to the public restroom every time we catch one of those filthy occults strutting around town.
Where did you find them again?
At the love affair in the inner city. No idea what father and son were up to there, but probably nothing good, especially after Mischief's appearance at the Harvest Moon Festival.
Well, even if you couldn't catch Mischief this time, at least you caught 2 other witches. Good work, Allison.
Mother? A word.
You seem upset. What's going on?
You tell me. What's with that giant laser gun you told Sven to build?
Is he done? Perfect? I'm not sure who I'm more proud of today, Sven for his hard work on our next-gen weapon against the occults, or Allison for her successful hunt. Because, you know, some of us are still interested in doing their jobs.
And you're saying that I'm not?
Well, let the facts speak for themselves. You went hunting for werewolves, but didn't kill a single one, got beaten by Ayamamini, again, and lost Bobo in the process. You've gone soft, Prudence, and it's embarrassing.
That's not fair. I told you about
that guy in a costume threatening you with hell. Yes, I remember. And you must remember me telling you that it was probably just some occult trying to scare you off, with success I might add, but never mind that right now. Sven started working on the solar flare the day after you first mentioned your personal Grim Reaper, and I thought you'd be happy about it. As your mother, it's my job to look out for you, and I've made it so that you can now let that weapon do the killing for you.
You have some very twisted ideas about what it means to be a mother.
And you're not a mother at all, so who are you to judge me? But don't worry about not being able to provide an heir to take over the family business when we're dead. I'm sure Allison will gladly take over. And she has a family to back her up as well.
What?
Prudence, Dolores. My husband tells me the solar flare is ready for a test run. As it happens, I just caught us a few test subjects. Should we let them feel what it means to provoke the children of the sun?
With the greatest pleasure.
Stop. Whatever you're doing, you're going to regret this. Do you have any idea who I am?
Not who, but what? A pile of dust.
It's all my fault. None of this would have happened if I hadn't suggested they go to San Myshuno.
Faye, please. You couldn't have known.
No, I should have known. I'm still a descendant of the High Witch of Clairvoyance, remember? But what use is that kind of power if it can just fail me when I need it the most? I can't even tell where they are right now.
You said they went to San Myshuno. Why?
Because of that love affair the mortals were celebrating there. My husband and I were beginning to worry that our son might not be able to continue the Duplantier family tradition in time.
To have a son born on a day of equinox when he's 33 years old.
What kind of stupid tradition is that? Is it the reason they all look exactly the same?
As you know, Dantalion has never been what you'd call a ladies' man. But when he turned 30 in September, well, it felt like time was running out. We thought, maybe it's just the witches he doesn't get along with, that immortal woman could turn out to be the love of his life.
What if it's women in general that he doesn't get along with, and the love of his life will turn out to be a man? Perhaps I'm biased because one of my proteges has two fathers, but when you think about it, Tally might have been training for this kind of love all his life with that stick so far up his ass.
I didn't like the idea at first, but my own father was a mere mortal too, and I turned out fine.
Is such an ancient and, frankly, very outdated family tradition really something to worry about at the moment?
No, of course not. It even seems silly now.
Now? You're saying it didn't seem silly before?
Dantalion didn't want to go. He must have felt something bad was going to happen. After all, he and I have the same ancestor, even though his intuition usually isn't as reliable as mine. But mine obviously wasn't working at all that day, so we persuaded him, and now he's gone.
I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. My family and I are here for you.
Thank you, Pompiliu. If only there was anything anyone could do. But it's too late, at least for my husband.
Don't say that. You don't know for sure.
Yes, I do. And if you hadn't spent all your life rejecting the gift of magic, you'd know it too.
Now you sound just like your grandfather.
Oh, I know that look, and the significant pause. It's time for another flashback, isn't it?
You lost the child. Again.
I didn't lose it. There was nothing to lose this time around. The doctors called it a false pregnancy.
I would ask if those mortal charlatans also told you why you can't get pregnant, but I think we both know the answer. You're too old. When your mother was your age. Never mind, she never reached your age, because you had already killed her by then.
I'm not too old. I'm 30, father, not 60. I could still get pregnant, if not for
your husband, yes. Didn't I tell you not to marry him? Bad enough that you're rejecting the gift of magic, so that your child couldn't have learned anything useful from you anyway, but to cap it all off, you had to fall for an impotent mortal. A very precious bloodline will end with you, do you realize that?
Enough. Stop blaming me for everything that goes wrong in your life.
Amara, lower your voice.
Why? You don't usually make a secret of what a colossal failure your daughter is, so how about I turn the tables for once? What kind of father locks up his daughter in a dark room for not being the perfect witch he wants her to be?
The perfect? Have you lost your mind? You can't say that in public.
Sure I can. I'm an adult now. You don't get to tell me what to do anymore, and especially not my husband. He's not impotent, by the way. The reason I don't get pregnant is a medical condition on my end. But you know what? I'm not even unhappy about it. I never wanted children anyway, and as long as I don't have them, you'll never be able to do to them what you did to me.
Bruno, the same again please. I'll be right back. Miss, are you alright? I couldn't help overhearing your argument with your father.
I'm sure you weren't the only one. But I'm fine, don't mind me, I just need to get some air.
Did I hear that right? He's raising you to become a witch?
No, I was born a witch. That wasn't his decision, or mine. If I had it my way, I would just be normal, like my husband, like everyone I've ever been on good terms with. The magic community. That's not where I belong.
I see. Tell me more about your father.
What? Sorry, just forget what I said. I didn't mean to pour out my heart to a stranger. Those are my nightmares, and I must learn to deal with them.
Don't worry about it. I have to admit, I've always found nightmares fascinating. They tell us just as much about ourselves as our dreams, if not more. Wouldn't you agree?
I still prefer dreams if I have a choice. You're a wise young girl. What's your name?
Dolores. Dolores Bell. If that was your pathetic attempt to overpower me and run away, you should stick with your wand. Perhaps you'll have a chance if I'm not wearing my magic-proof ring the next time I bring you food.
Keep your food. You killed my father. Why keep me alive, as a bargaining chip of sorts? You'll regret that once my family comes to get me. Do you have any idea who I am?
Your father said the same thing before he died. Obviously it didn't help him. I'm sick of that entitled brat. There's a reason I've never envied Bobo for having to deal with the prisoners.
But Bobo isn't here. You lost him to the Mummies.
I know, no need to remind me every single day. But I have an idea how to get him back, suggested by our prisoner himself. We're going to use him as a bargaining chip.
Are you serious? You know where Bobo's captors live. The old Prudence would just go there and take back what's hers without negotiating.
The old Prudence got turned into a garden gnome and died.
Yes, I remember all your recent failures, and the not-so-recent ones. That is something you don't need to remind me of every single day. But our prisoner makes one good point. We have no idea who he is. What makes you think the Mummies give a damn about some random witch they might not even know?
If he's important to them, they'll go looking for him at the last place he was seen, so I'll be at the Lover Fair for the rest of the day. In the meantime, you could read his mind, find out about his fears. That might tell us whether or not there's a connection.
I am reading your mind right now, and it tells me about your fear of being replaced by Allison because you failed to continue our bloodline. So while you're at that fornication festival, keep an eye out for a potential husband, will you? It may not be too late for you yet.
Amara, stop.
What?
You're feeding cat food to your chickens. You don't want to turn them into cannibals, do you?
Oh. No, of course not. What is this doing here anyway? I never feed my pets chicken.
Surely you bought it by accident. I saw you at the marketplace before. You seemed distracted, lost in thought, didn't even hear me call your name.
Sorry, this is not a good time. And I can't work on our book today. Both Dantalians have gone missing. Faye thinks her husband is dead, but she's too blinded by grief to use her power, and I don't know what to do about any of it. Perhaps my father was right. I should have put more effort into learning magic, because if I had the power of clairvoyance that he valued so much, I could—
Calm down. You should take a seat. And now, first things first. Tell me what happened.
If only I knew. According to Faye, Dantalion Sr. and Jr. disappeared at the Lover Fair.
Then that's where we should go.
Take me with you. I'm not a clairvoyant, but something much more reliable. A dog. I can sniff them out.
Look at that, the Bells are here. Trying to overcome their marital difficulties, I assume.
Bell? I've heard that name before.
They're a Christian family from Newcrest. You may have met their sons Jacob Aiden and David Sylvester at the Halloween party last week, but I didn't realize the fair was still ongoing.
It usually lasts the entire weekend, so technically, my grandson and son-in-law could still be here, but they wouldn't just leave my daughter alone without saying a word. Something bad must have happened.
I don't mean to unsettle you even further, but San Myshuno is where the children of the sun are hiding these days.
The witch hunters. You think they might have taken my family?
Anything's possible. Having a time-traveling Dantalion Duplange the 10th around right now would certainly help. Children from the future tend to gradually disintegrate when their expecting parent is in trouble. Trust me, I speak from experience.
I'm not sure there will ever be another heir to the Duplantiers' legacy.
Don't talk like that. As long as we don't find a body.
That's not what I mean. My grandson has always been a little different. You couldn't tell by looking at him. He's a proud member of his family and usually makes sure to let everyone know that. But on the inside, he's conflicted, not completely on board with the expectations placed on him, and that is quite the burden. Here's where I am speaking from experience.
Because of your difficult relationship with magic.
My parents seemed to think I was doing it on purpose, to spite them. But the truth is, I'm just clumsy, always have been. My mother tried to teach me magic and it ended badly for her, because I was unable to control it. After that, I vowed to never cast a spell again. But my father kept pushing me, because he couldn't bear the thought of the bloodline of the High Witch of Clairvoyance ending with me.
But you did have a daughter after all, and Faye seems quite capable.
She definitely is. She's also married to a capable descendant of the High Witch of Time Manipulation, and now their son has not one, but two High Witches whose bloodlines he's expected to continue. They came here to find him a wife.
Hey, leave me alone.
Bitch seems to have found something. But that's neither of the Dantalions.
She must have their scent on her. That can only mean one thing, the witch hunters did get them after all.
Are you saying she's one of them?
Do I know you? Never mind, if this mutt is with you, you must be with the Mumminis, because this is undoubtedly their familiar. And you do resemble the vampire somewhat.
Oh my god. Prudence, is it really you?
Hello Evelyn. It's been a while. And I bet you have a lot of questions.